Greetings, family, and welcome to Dr. Mumbi Spirituals. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. Happy New Year, family. According to the Ethiopians, this is Africa's sacred New Year. Not in December, to December 31st, January 1st. That is not. That is the timeline that has kept us in this false matrix and false reality. And as I told you, the awakening is not any awakening to anything new. The awakening that has been happening is the returning of our memories, is the awakening of our dormant memories. And if we really want to return to the land of our ancestors, to the reality of our ancestors, then we have to put ourselves back onto their sacred clock. And today, 9/11, is the beginning of a brand new year for us. And this one is so significant, especially after the lunar eclipse blood moon that happened on the 7th and the 8th of September. And then the 999 day, 9th September 2025, which is 999. And when you add the three nines together, you get another 9. So it was a 999 overlaid by 9. And 9 not only means completion, but it means a return. You see how it goes? A return to the higher reality. And the only way we were removed from our so-called paradise was through trauma, through rape, through violence, all these things lowered our vibration and created locks in our mind where we could no longer exist in a more sophisticated mind. And it is our collective minds that create a more elevated and more sophisticated reality. And so there has been an epic completion. In the last couple of days, it's like a certain age has now closed out. The only thing remaining of that time is the residue of those thoughts and those stories and those narratives in our memories. That's why the Mzungu always has these slavery movies and colonial movies of how they were oppressed and how they abused. And that's why they're always telling us that, because they want us to remain in that story. But the great awakening has been happening. And I watched someone who said the great rapture has already happened. And it actually happened inside of us, where we were able to move from one level of thinking to another level of thinking that opened up our memories and expanded our minds to even who our ancestors were, what life was like in those days, what our capabilities were. And so some are even saying the Piscean age, which has been ending, is now officially done. And the Aquarian age, which is all about awakening, knowledge, information, transformation, and quantum leaps, is now here amongst us. And so now more than ever, family, tap into the newness of today. Really tap into the fact that it is our new year and it is a new era and it is a new day and it is a new dispensation and it is a new narrative, because all that was is gone. The powers of that age are slowly fading away, and we are going to recapture the greatness of our existence by recapturing and reawakening and sharing our memories. Because I told you, family, the difference between where our ancestors lived and us, the difference between heaven and hell, because this is hell on earth. which we are now leaving, is the sophisticated mind. It's a more elevated mind. It's a more expanded mind. It's a mind that does not dwell or even think about things like rape, torture, beating, stealing, killing, destroying. Those things did not exist. As I've told you, among the Agikoyo people, there are certain words that do not or did not exist. Like there were no words for gay, rape, molestation. All those things, they didn't exist. And anyone who came who was a thief or who was everything, they erased the bloodline because they did not want that to toxify, what's the word, to poison their collective existence. And we are now returning to that more sophisticated and higher level and paradise on earth reality because our minds are becoming more sophisticated. There are certain thoughts that I am no longer having because there's so much to absorb, to remember, that is on such a different level, family. And if you were tuned in, then the 999 was an epic day for you. It was a transformational day for you, where you released a certain dispensation, a certain way of thinking, a certain way of feeling, and a certain way of being. And the room that has left is for the new that is manifesting. And so today I am tapping into the sacred ancient clock of our people. And I am celebrating the returning of our memories, which is the Great Awakening. And if you pay attention, you can see how rapidly the previous era and the powers that were and the darkness that was is fading away. And it may not go quietly. It may go with a loud bang, with drama, with what happened in Nepal, where governments collapse and people take to the streets and take back their power. But whichever way it is going, it is done. Happy New Year, family, and welcome to the new age or the eternal dispensation or the return of the ancient order.